There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening, welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowale Akinbode. First, the headlines. President Tinubu charges new service chiefs to crush emerging armed groups. Oyo government claims agricultural investments slashed food prices. President Trump and Chinese leader meet in person for the first time in 6 years to discuss critical trade deal. United States President tells Pentagon to immediately resume testing U.S. nuclear weapons. Super Eagles to open World Cup playoffs camp November 9. Now the details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has charged the newly decorated service chiefs to act decisively against emerging security threats, warning that new snakes must be smashed right in the head before they grow. Speaking today at the council chamber of the State House in Abuja, where the 4 security chiefs were decorated with their ranks, President Tinubu said their appointment marks the beginning of a renewed effort to ensure peace and security for all Nigerians. The president also praised the military for reclaiming territories once held by terrorists and rescuing countless victims of abductions, but said the government will not relent until peace is fully restored, as security threats are constantly evolving and mitigating. President Tinubu further encouraged the service chiefs to share information effectively and follow up proactively. The Oyo State government has said it has made significant progress in food production through deliberate agricultural interventions that have lowered food prices and boosted farmers' productivity across the state. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Honorable Olasukomi Olaleye, disclosed this while receiving the delegates of the Ministry of Information and Orientation, who paid him a courtesy visit on his birthday. Honorable Olaleye said the state has achieved massive gains in agricultural output over the last 3 years, attributing the progress to Governor Seyi Makinde's consistent investment in mechanized farming, seed distribution, fertilizer support and training for farmers, and further explained that the prices of key food items have dropped drastically due to the government's sustained agricultural programs. The chairman of Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Dr. Abdurrahman Uriyomi Amzat, has commended the landmark contribution of the founder, Iroyin Pelu College of Art and Islamic Sciences, Akoro Ibadan, Dr. Ibrahim Adelani, to education advancement. Dr. Amzat stated this at the second convocation ceremony of the college, held at the institution's premises in Akojopo Iroyin Pelu, Onora local government area of Oyo State. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Benga Adeshoye was at the event. Here is the report.
It was the second convocation anniversary of the Iroyin Pelu College of Arts and Islamic Sciences. Many prominent Islamic leaders and renowned academic scholars were in attendance to show solidarity with the founder of the institution, Dr. Ibrahim Adelani, and also to congratulate the new graduates. While addressing the graduating students, the chairman of Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Dr. Uriyomi Amzat, acknowledged the relevance of Islamic education to a better society. Congratulating the graduates, Dr. Amzat said he is always happy to support education advancement across all levels.
àwọn náà wà á tún darapọ̀ mọ́ dókítà láti máa lo ìtọ́nà náà rán wa náà media aspect of dawa àwa náà máa lò ó èyí tá a ṣe lénìí á kéde gbogbo ayé ọmọ pé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ kan wà bí wọ́n wà ní kéwú wọ́n ti bẹ̀ lọ sí yunifásitì wọ́n sì gba sàtífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọ́n rí lò.
The BN Balu College of Arts and Islamic Sciences is an accredited A-level institution affiliated with the University of Ilorin. Graduates of the institution are awarded diplomas in their various disciplines and get a direct entry opportunity to acquire a degree at the University of Ilorin. Benga Deshui, reporting for Agidigbo 88.7 FM News.
Electricity remains one of the most essential resources for both households and businesses. In Nigeria, however, irregular power supply has become a major challenge affecting productivity, especially among small and medium-scale enterprises. Stable power is critical for economic growth, but many local entrepreneurs in Ibadan and across the country struggle to operate efficiently due to frequent blackouts and high operational costs. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Bolanle Badmos reports on how government can help businesses thrive. Here is the details.
The struggles of small business owners in Ibadan and across the nation due to irregular power supply is at a high rate. From barbers to welders, tailors and food vendors, many rely on electricity to operate and make a living. Frequent power cuts reduce their income and increase costs, and this makes it tough for them to break, even let alone grow their businesses. This situation highlights the need for reliable power supply to support small businesses and boost the local economy. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, a tailor at Gbagi Market, Miss Isiaq Memunat, says she often depends on a generator to meet customer deadlines because of the irregular light, and this is greatly affecting her business.
The irregular light has caused a major setback in meeting up with our customer deadline. We have to take a machine home to enable us to meet up with the customer demands. We use the charcoal iron when it's a case of emergency, so as not to lose customers.
A frozen food seller, Hakim Ibrahim, says the irregular power supply has caused a huge setback in his business. According to Mr. Hakim, most of his goods don't get properly frozen, and this causes a huge loss in business.
Most
of our goods get spoiled because of irregular light. Our goods don't get properly frozen when we put on the generator to freeze them compared to when they use light to freeze them. This has caused a huge setback as most of our customers don't buy the goods when they aren't properly frozen, and most times they smell bad and rotten.
A barber at a local market, Olayiwola Korede, says poor power supply has caused a great loss in his business as he spends more on fuel than he earns daily.
The poor power supply is really affecting the business. We now use half of the money we make in a day to buy fuel just to keep business going. Fueling the generator is also not easy, as well we will still need to get oil and other things for the generator. This is causing a lot of loss in profit compared to when there is light, and the only focus is satisfying our customers and making sales.
Another small business owner, Eson Blessing, who runs a phone charging business, complained about the lack of electricity, which could have helped improve our business.
This charging business is not paying us at all because those NEPA, they not bring lights like before. Usually bring lights maybe sometimes 1 hour or 25 minutes. I'm going to buy 5,500, maybe we gain 2,000 in this business, so it's not paying all that.
Some residents also believe the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company should provide more stable power and respond quickly to transformer faults. Experts maintain that improving electricity supply will boost productivity, reduce unemployment, and support economic growth at the grassroots level. Bolanle Badmos, Agidigbo FM News.
Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kunle Hamzat studio at Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola United Kingdom will provide £2.5 million in emergency humanitarian funding to Jamaica, according to the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. The money will go towards delivering emergency supplies such as shelter kits, water filters, and blankets for the victims. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said the scenes of destruction emerging from Jamaica are truly shocking, while technical experts have also been deployed to assist with the disaster caused by the storm. King Charles and Queen Camilla, in a statement, felt deeply concerned and saddened to see the catastrophic damage done by the ferocity of the Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica and across the Caribbean. United States President Donald Trump met with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in South Korea earlier today for a landmark meeting. Trump said both countries came to an agreement on almost everything as he wrapped up his three-stop tour of Asia. Following the meeting, the U.S. has reduced the overall tariff rate on Chinese goods from 57 to 47%, while Donald Trump also promised to visit China again in April. However, spokesperson for China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that China hopes the United States will earnestly uphold its obligation and maintain global strategic harmony and stability. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. U.S. President Donald Trump ordered the U.S. military on Thursday to immediately resume testing nuclear weapons after a gap of 33 years, minutes before beginning a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump made the surprise announcement on Truth Social Post while he was abroad his Marine One helicopter flying to meet Xi for a trade negotiating session in Busan, South Korea. He said he was instructing the Pentagon to test the U.S. nuclear arsenal on an equal basis with other nuclear powers. A senior Russian lawmaker said Trump's decision would herald a new era of unpredictability and open confrontation. China's foreign ministry called for the U.S. to abide by its commitment to a moratorium on nuclear testing and uphold global strategic balance and stability. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Thursday he had agreed with President Xi Jinping to trim tariffs on China in exchange for Beijing cracking down on the illicit fentanyl trade, resuming U.S. soybeans purchases, and keeping rare earth exports flowing. Trump's face-to-face talks with Xi in the South Korean city of Busan, their first meeting since 2019, marked the finale of a whirlwind Asian trip on which he has touted trade breakthroughs with South Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asian nations. It added that the two sides had also reached consensus on expanding agricultural trade and would work to resolve issues around short video app TikTok, which Trump seeks to bring under U.S.-controlled ownership. That ends the news from Kule Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back once again, now in the exciting world of sport. The Super Eagles camp for the 2026 World Cup Africa playoffs in Morocco will open on Sunday, 10th of November in Rabat. The Nigeria Football Federation is confirmed. Nigeria, Gabon, DR Congo and Cameroon will vie for the sole ticket in Africa, and the winner will qualify for the Intercontinental Playoffs in Mexico by March 2026. According to the Confederation of African Football, the two semi-finals will be played on Thursday, 13th of November, while the final will be played on Sunday, November 16. Ahead of the playoffs, NFF President Ibrahim Gusau is confident that the Super Eagles will be battle-ready. So far, 9 African teams have qualified directly for the World Cup, which will take place in Canada, Mexico, and United States in 2026. But one of the 4 teams will have the chance to compete in the FIFA playoff tournament. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. President Tinubu charges new service chiefs to crush emerging armed groups. Oyo government claims agricultural investment slashed food prices. President Trump and Chinese leader meet in person for the first time in 6 years to discuss critical trade deal. United States President tells Pentagon to immediately resume testing U.S. nuclear weapons. Super Eagles to open World Cup playoffs camp November 9. And before we go this evening, here is a quick take. If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed, the vision pulls you. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Bowali Akimbode. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation